What is up, everybody? It's your boy Verse TV here today, and we're going to talk about this article where the big publisher EA is willing to sell their company or merge their company because apparently they are not doing too good right now. Because I knew that recent Battlefield game flopped, but I didn't know it was that bad for this company where they're willing to sell or make a merger. But this is pretty interesting right here. This is big news right here. Like I said, Battlefield didn't do too well. I just know they make what main games EA makes is like the Battlefield series, the sports titles, like the several sports titles with the different sports. I know they do the RPGs like Dragon Age and Mass Effect, so those are pretty good games. Those two franchises I'm looking forward to. But other than that, like what else do they really make at EA that's like really successful, really big titles? I think like Apex Legends is that EA as well, I believe. The Titanfall stuff that's EA. Yeah. Um. Oh, they make that Star Wars Jedi game, so that's another good game I'm looking forward to. So they got a few games I'm looking forward to. So yeah, it's like people are saying that hey, who should they go to? Because if they're selling their stuff, like who is gonna buy up EA at this point? Let's see. Uh, Wilson Electronic Arts have held talks with a number of different potential suitors, including Disney, Apple, and Amazon. Sources with knowledge of those talks told me. EA has been persistent in pursuing a sale, and has only grown more emboldened in the wake of the Microsoft slash Activision deal. Yeah, I mean, I would say Microsoft should probably buy them, but they already got the whole Activision Blizzard thing going on, and they still haven't got really that still hasn't went through yet. So I would say Microsoft should probably buy them. I mean, I think the sports game is probably a big buy to make those exclusive, but well, I don't know because even with the Activision Blizzard thing, they didn't make the games exclusive, so I don't think they would make these games exclusive either. But that would be a big buy for that would be insane actually if Microsoft actually owns EA because a lot of their games are in Game Pass. We got the Game Pass Ultimate, so that would be amazing. Actually, that'd be kind of amazing to have all these games under Microsoft's umbrella. But it would definitely be the crowds of Monopoly would definitely be going out at that point if they did that. So that probably wouldn't happen. But let's see what people got to say about this deal right here. That is a big acquisition. I have to be Tencent or maybe Take Two. I don't know how much money Embracer Group has to spare, but I don't think Sony or Microsoft even have enough funds to pay out 30 billion. Does he really say Microsoft? Yeah, he said the exact same thing I was thinking. Does he really? Did he really just say that? Really? Well, let's say Microsoft is one of the richest companies on earth. They could like that ain't nothing to them. Which is kind of crazy. The largest sum amount of money isn't nothing as anything to them. But yeah, they can definitely buy EA if they wanted to. I'm not against mergers, but the American video game industry is getting smaller and smaller with these mergers. Not good for developers and consumers. Let's see. That's incorrect. There are literally thousands of indie developers out there. What you're thinking about the AAA blockbuster games all coming from one company. If you buy and play the other indie games out there, they will eventually start making their own AAA games. Okay. First Activision Blizzard, then Ubisoft. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Ubisoft as well too, and now EA. Yeah, this is kind of wow. All these big companies are selling their studios off, or selling their companies off. Then he says this is a result of older leadership looking for a quick payday slash retirement. I see them merging with Take Two or Tencent buying them. All roads lead to Embracer Group. Yeah, sadly, this might just be bought by Embracer Group, which people don't really talk about too much. But Embracer Group has more studios than Microsoft and Sony, probably combined at this point. But Microsoft is the only monopoly here, not Embracer Group. But everyone's looking to sell now while Microsoft is busy with Activision Blizzard, so they avoid being bought by Microsoft. Phil Spencer be like walking up with the briefcase. Uh, Nintendo should buy EA. Yeah, I don't think Nintendo can afford EA. 2 more to go. Ubisoft and EA. Losing FIFA. Well, okay, so they apparently they lost FIFA. I didn't know that. Okay, that's like a big. That's a big sports title. Wow, they lost that one. So apparently, yeah, they're definitely in rough shape right now. 'Cause that's a big sports title. I know probably not in America, but worldwide, football or soccer, we call it, soccer as we call it in America, is really big. So that's a big title right there. They're losing. Uh, Whoever buys them, do it. Bring these back. SSX Tricky, Black, Street 2, and NFL Blitz. Okay. Heading into a recession with a diminishing value of their key IPs. Of course, they want to sell, but not sure who would buy. They'd be crazy expecting to get any kind of Activision Blizzard kind of buyout. Not sure who would pay. Maybe a Ubisoft merger seems most ideal. Ubisoft merge with EA. That's interesting. Two of the most hated companies join the forces together. Yeah, that'd be interesting right there. Please don't have it be Apple. They're about to straight up get embraced. I hope Microsoft buys them. I kind of really don't care, to be honest. It was like, if it's not Microsoft, I kind of really don't care, to be honest. I was like, that's probably gonna be like an Embracer Group or Apple. They say Apple or Amazon. Or like, who cares? I don't know. I don't really care at this point. Maybe they just merge with Ubisoft. It's like, it's not like it's too many games I really care about from EA anyway, so I don't really care, to be honest. Because are they even doing a Mass Effect anymore? I don't know. I think they're making a new Dragon Age, but I don't know if they're ever doing anything with Mass Effect anymore. It's like, so at this point, I don't really care about EA, to be honest. They make a few games I'm into, but it's not like at the moment right now. I can't think of anything that any games EA makes that I'm like really anticipating right now. So, yeah. Report of mid looking to sell off or merge. And then their most recent Mass Effect game, which I'm a huge fan of Mass Effect, but their most recent one, the Andromeda game, that was kind of, I don't like that one at all. I love the trilogy, but I couldn't stand that Andromeda game. So I'm not really too pressed about what EA is doing right now, to be honest. Like I don't care about the Battlefield franchise. Don't care about the sports stuff. The Star Wars stuff with the Jedi Fallen Order. I'm interested in that somewhat, but it was like, I don't really care to follow EA. They don't have anything I really care about at this point. Excited for 2027 where the entire gaming space will be owned by like 6 companies. Yeah, it's kind of looking that way right now. Well, the big company is going to be owned by 6 companies. This has me crying because all they have to do is make good games and they chose not to. Let's be honest here. The only thing the hardcore audience is going to care about is who adds Respawn and BioWare to their first-party wheelhouse. Especially BioWare, there's a lot of potential to make them great again, given the fantastic IPs they have. Yeah, BioWare is the only thing that's really compelling with the whole deal right there. Microsoft looking at the EA on the table. Okay. Don't care. Doesn't make Simpsons Hit and Run already. That should definitely get a remake. I would definitely be on board with EA if they may remake that. So I'll definitely be on board at that point. Yeah, they just need to remake their classic games. It's like a lot of their newer stuff is just garbage. Go back to the classics. Remake some of those classic games. Actually do a full remake, because that Simpsons Hit and Run sounds like actually a good idea right there. If they made that franchise before in the past, that'd be a good one right there. If managed correctly, EA could return back to its glory days. When was that? When was EA glory days? I don't even know when that was. Because each time they would have like an E3 showing for EA, I would always like tune out. It'd be like the most boring stuff they announced. Maybe used to have those E3 showcases for EA. So I don't know when their glory days was, but EA has been around for a long time, so I don't know when that could possibly have been. When could have been their glory days? I don't know. Cease to exist, please. They're beyond stable with their anti-consumer treatments. Okay. This is not a good thing, and the fact people in the comments are happy about the idea is concerning. I don't think most really care. Like, it's kind of messed up because EA is a big company in the gaming industry, but it's like, what have they done lately? Like, what have they brought out lately? I don't really care about EA, to be honest. What a lifetime of mid does to a company. Wonder what skeletons in the closet we're about to learn of. Okay, so it says some scandals going on at EA apparently. Make Burnout. Wow, they do. They made the Burnout series. Okay, that was actually some good stuff, but I don't think they make those anymore. So maybe that was part of their glory days when they made those series. I think they made the Need for Speed series too. When I think about it. Okay, that was probably maybe like PS2. PS2 is probably their glory days, is what they're referring to. Because I'm thinking like they do own the Need for Speed license as well with that franchise. Look at me, I am the microtransaction now. Okay. uh, One of the best things that can happen to the game industry is someone buys EA and starts selling off bit by bit. Yeah, so apparently people want certain games from EA, like, but they don't want like people like into like certain games from EA. But it's like, yeah, I honestly just don't care at this point. It's like EA, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen at this point. I don't really care. So Ubisoft, Take-Two, and EA are willing to sell. Wouldn't believe it unless I read it. Man, I can't wait till the Activision Blizzard deal closes. Okay, the game industry is really effed right now. Message to whoever buys them, give us a new Fight Night. I don't know, that was a real popular game doing like the PS2 360 generation as well. So they got some classic IPs but they haven't done anything with these classic IPs. So that's kind of disappointing to see because now that people are naming these games, it's kind of fresh in my memory what they own. So it's like they own a lot of classic stuff from like the PS2 360 generation. They just never did anything with like the NBA Street license. They haven't done anything with that, and that's like people have been clamoring for a new NBA Street game, especially with a new roster of basketball players. But I'm not even a fan of basketball, but I enjoyed the NBA Street game. So it's just weird they have all these classic IPs and just doing nothing with them. Just doing nothing with these classic IPs. It's like a lot of companies are on this whole remake train. They can remake a lot of these classic IPs people will buy. So it's just fascinating. They're just letting these IPs just squander and just waste digital space at this point. But yeah, I'm gonna conclude it right here. EA, who knows what's gonna happen with this company. But yeah, definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like if you like this video, and as always, thanks for watching, and peace.